All right, what's up, everybody? Oh, wait, I need to get my waiting room because this is the new thing. It's the waiting room. I was going to do the password, but I don't know. I think the waiting room is better unless you have 300 people in here. So, anyways, welcome to Team Training, October 15th, 2020. My name is Jason Adams. In case we haven't met, we should meet some point when we can actually see each other in person again. I'd love to shake your hand, give you a hug, whatever it is. So we just like to come on here the first and third Thursday of every month as a team, as a family, and just share some ideas, share some tips, just kind of help each other grow a bit. And tonight I want to go over just kind of like just some basics, just some things that maybe we've forgotten over time, or maybe with the influx of all the new trainings that we get every week, which are amazing, by the way. So if you are a newer coach and haven't been on our Monday night trainings, I highly suggest you do that. Those are every single Monday night, same bat channel, same bat time. And then we have an after party. So talk to your coach about that. If you haven't been on, if you're brand new, I'm sure they're going to invite you to that anyway. But we get a lot of different ideas and different trainings, and sometimes it's a lot. It's great. It's amazing info, but it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially to a new coach. So I was just going to kind of talk about some things that, I still think hold up now, even today, even with all the social media changes, because we could just spend hours talking about all that kind of stuff. But really, there's just a few foundations that our business comes down to. And if you can do those well, then you're going to do very well, and you're going to help a lot of people get healthy. And so we're just going to kind of go into that. And, we will use this word all the time. I mean, if you have been a coach, you probably heard this word literally like a million times, is consistency, right? How are you showing up every single day? And that's showing up in your business every day, showing up in your health every day, showing up on social media every day. Like, what are you putting out there? Because believe it or not, people are watching you. They might not comment, they might not like, but they're creeping in the background. They're going, what's this all about? All of a sudden, I'm gonna pick out Jamie, because I see Jamie on my screen. I'm gonna say, what's this thing that Jamie's doing? All of a sudden, she's starting to post some health stuff. What is this all about? All of a sudden, she's posting like some positive affirmations or positive quotes. Like, what is this all about? And then people start watching, and they might not say a single thing. They just, all of a sudden, a year later, they're like, hey, I want to do programming. You're like, what? You never you never liked a single post, you've never commented. But they're watching. And so one thing that we have to be aware of as coaches is like how we show up. Because if we, show up one day putting up a bunch of before and afters and saying, oh, I love this, and then the next week we're posting a whole bunch of really heavy sugar loaded, fat loaded recipes, and we're like, oh my gosh, can't wait to eat this, it's really confusing for people. And they're kind of like, and then what that does though is it kind of takes away some of the trust, right? Because that's really what our profile is building trust with people and trying to show up, well, one, authentically. Like, hey, listen, if that's not you, if you don't want to really be healthy and eat healthy, then that's not really showing up authentic, right? And I'm not like, trust me, I'm not tooting my own horn whatsoever. But if I'm anything, I try to be authentic. Like when I have a struggle, I still put that out there. Like, it was really hard for me to post about the Rockford 20. Like, that was not a comfortable thing to post about. Trust me, I was not happy about that. I was embarrassed about it. I was like, Jason, what the heck did you just do to yourself? But people are going to know. I mean, look at my pictures. You're going to know whether I say it or not. So showing up authentically and consistently and saying, hey, listen, guys, I'm not perfect. This is a struggle. but I'm still focusing on my health. I'm still moving forward. And so people really resonate with that. I had somebody comment on one of my posts today that is one of those people where I friended him a while ago. He's had a weight loss story. I think he'd be a great coach. We've kind of like connected here and there, but doesn't really like too much. He doesn't really comment too much, but he put a really positive comment on my post today. And he really just kind of edified like what I'm trying to put out there. So it really made me think about that, of being consistent and how you put things out. So that was one of the biggest things, guys, is how are you showing up? Because people want to do quote, quote business or sign up with people they know, like, and trust. And especially right now with COVID, like the best way to get to know someone is social media, really, because we can't be in person. We can't meet in person. Like, the best is to meet somebody in person, have coffee with them, invite them to a healthy happy hour, actually get to know them. I'm like, that is, if you can do that, that's great. But our business is beautiful because we don't always have to do that. So one of your ways to build that trust is your profile. So that's a really big, that's a big foundation. Okay. So then next part, let's move on to that. Like, how are you showing up as far as like connecting with people? Because we can take it all the way back to the 3-3-3, which has had many different updates or renditions, I guess you'd say. Like some people do the 10-10-3 or 10-10 power post. I know Carol does like the power posts and things like that. For me, I kind of take it back, not the 3x3x3 because that's really not enough, but just that idea of getting conversations out there, getting some posts out there that are showing who you are, showing what you're about, sharing your life, and then adding people in. So if you don't have at least like 1,000 Facebook friends, you're really doing your coaching business a disservice, and you're actually doing a lot of people in the world disservice, because if you're not adding more people, they're never going to see it. Facebook says like 7% of your Facebook friends see your posts, probably less than that. If you only have 300 people on there, it's like, what is that? I don't know. I don't have a calculator. 7 people or something. I don't know what it is. 20 people. I don't know. Somebody could do the math on that, but it's not a lot of people. So building that friends list. So that's where the 3x3x3 is. Getting those conversations going. Hey, how are you? And then developing that conversation. You can't just write 10 messages that say hi every day and then move on from there, because that's not really going to do any good. I always think about, Dan teaches on this. I always think about it like this, though, is if you were in person and you walked up to somebody in the grocery store and somehow they were an acquaintance and you just walked up and said hi, and they said hi, and then you turn around and walked away. Like, that's, oh, am I locked up a little bit? Let me see. All right. Am I back? I think I locked up. Everybody froze on me. All right. Can somebody give me a thumbs up? I think I might be gone.
You could.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back. All right.
No,
I don't know.
You're not saving today. Time out. Heather's doing a really good job at this.
Okay.
Keep going, Heather.
How could you bring health into it? You could just ask them. I don't know. Why do you ask me these things right now?
You're really good at this.
I got really good at this.
All right, Jason, I picked up on your conversation. Keep going.
Keep going. I wasn't ready for
everybody locked up, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
No, we didn't. You did.
Well, on my side, everybody locked up, which means I locked up. So then I was muted, and I'm yelling at Eileen. I'm like, "Shut the TV off! You're stealing my signal." Which is weird because we've had a really good signal here the whole time. I don't know what's going on. Maybe more people are in the area, but I left off at the walking up to somebody and saying hi, and then you just like turn around and walking away. So yeah, super awkward, right? Perfect. So that's where we further the conversation. Now, what Tammy and Heather have shifted to is how do we take that around to health? And the easiest way to do that is ask them how they're doing. Hey, how are you been? How's life? How's it going? And obviously they're going to kind of tell you that. And most people are going to say, how are you? The majority of people. And if they do, you could just tell them about your life and don't sensationalize anything. Just say, hey, kids are great. E-learning sucks. Everybody's healthy. I've been doing great. Like I'm actually doing 75 hard using our program. I'm down 10 pounds or whatever it is. FYI guys, I did get rid of the Rockford 20. So I'm real happy about that. So just so you know, I'm moving on from there, but, so that was a good feeling. So that, that 3 or 4 weeks took 2 months to get off, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Oh, sorry. We got the waiting room going here. Admit. So that's one of the biggest foundations though, is because here's the reason behind it. Just so you know, like this is the whole algorithm thing and everything changes, but this is the reason behind it. Because Facebook says, hey, you guys don't talk. You're not friends. We're not going to show any of your posts to this person because you're not friends. Even though you're Facebook friends and all that good stuff and you connected, that's just how it works. And, that's how it's always probably going to work. So you'll notice if you get into conversation with people, all of a sudden you see them popping up on your feed. It's just like magic, right? It's like, oh, wow, I haven't seen this person forever, but I shot them a birthday message the other day. And now all of a sudden they're in my feed. And so like this is a perfect example today. Birthday messages, doing that. Had a lady that I had actually talked about coaching with quite a while ago. She wanted to try program first. It was her birthday today. So I wrote a birthday message. I said, hey, happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. And then she said, thanks. And then I had the thought, I'm like, I'm going to throw her out a birthday incentive. I'm going to say, hey, I know we talked about program before. I know it's your birthday. Here's, hey, if you're ready to get going, $25 off birthday incentive. That's my gift to you, whatever. And before I got to do that, she wrote me back and said, hey, by the way, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to do Optavia. And I was like, awesome. So, like how funny is that? Because she showed up on one of my before and after that I posted earlier. And all of a sudden I saw her like it. And I'm like, wow, brought her right back in. So that's a big reason for the conversations too, as well. So people are kind of seeing that, but it's just having that conversation and sharing and seeing who's open. That's all we're doing. I was listening to a podcast earlier and the guy said, like, how do you feel about when somebody says no to you? And I think that question right there, like, holds us up so much because we get so worked up over somebody saying no. And I'm not trying not to go down this like rabbit hole, but we put so much weight into that answer, yes or no, when that's all it is. It's just a question. Hey, would you be open to checking out what we do? No. Okay. I'll move on. Next person, I'll check in with them. Hey, listen, that's great if you're not ready right now. If someday something changes, I would love to connect with you and share what we do. I love it. Feels great. I feel good. Love helping people. Leave it at that. That's not weird. Maybe it's a little weird. I don't know. I don't think it's weird. Or they could say, yeah, I'd be interested. And then you can move on there. So anyways, I don't want to get too far into that. Referrals. Referrals are such a great way to build your business. Ask your clients for referrals. Ask them if maybe they would post for you. Even maybe if you have some friends that are close and are supportive of what you do. If you have that friend that's really boohoo on your business, it's probably not going to go say, hey, would you make a post for me? They're going to be like, heck no, I'm not going to make a post for you. But some of those people that are supportive, even the people that you see thanking your likes, like this is a big one. And Facebook stories works into this. So if you're not utilizing Facebook stories, again, Facebook changing things, they love the Facebook stories, which is really great because you can post a ton of them out there. Check out Shelly's feed. She does a really good job at this. So, just steal all her stuff. That's cool. But she does or steal her ideas. They'll steal her stuff, steal her ideas. She does a really good job at this. It's just another way for people to see what's going on. And what's really cool is Facebook stories. You can go into your archive if you don't see it while it's live still. You can go into your archive and you could see those people that are liking your stuff. And you could see those people that are consistently viewing it. And you could just shoot them a message and say, hey, listen, thanks for checking out my stories. I appreciate it. How are you doing? I mean, we get really hung up on how to start conversations because I think we forget how to be human sometimes, and just know that you have a gift to give. Know that you have an amazing solution to offer people. Because if you don't believe that, this probably isn't going to be that fun. This is going to be a chore that you're going to have to force yourself to do all the time. So if that's not you, you might want to check yourself at the door first and say, all right, what am I doing this for? I know that if I didn't believe in this so much, I wouldn't be here right now. That's just, I'd probably still be working at Woodward and, working the 50-50 plan or whatever. But I believe in this. I know what it can do. I know what it's done for me. And so when you can put that behind it, like, guys, offering this should be pretty simple, right? We all have obstacles. I'm a terrible overthinker with things. I overthink all the things I want to write to somebody. And actually right now, I don't know if you guys have been having trouble with your Facebook Messenger, but mine will just all of a sudden just delete my message that I'm in the middle of writing. Shelly, thank you. Good. It's not just me. So I've been doing like really short sentences, but like I was getting so frustrated because I'm like, I write out this big thing and then all of a sudden it just goes away. I'm like, what the heck? So anyways, but I am a classic overthinker. So that doesn't help my overthinking when I actually start writing a message and then deletes it on me. I'm like, dang it. Maybe that wasn't the message I should write. And then I overthink everything. But that being said, we all have obstacles, but we all have such a gift to be able to give to people. And we just got to do that work. And Heather, I just saw you write something. If you just go in the search bar and type birthdays, I think it'll pull up. No? Okay. I don't know. I don't have anything to help you on that.
No, it'll just show like 3 or 4, and then I'll notice like that day I'll have a friend say, oh, thanks for all the birthday wishes today. I'll be like, they weren't in my list. And it's happening almost every day. So I'm not sure why it's picking and choosing telling me who their birthdays.
That's weird.
I think it's people that I would love to tell their birthday. So not just because of program, but like good friends. So yeah.
I got nothing for you. Sorry.
I just was curious if anybody else was missing birthdays. So
I don't see any other heads shaking. And maybe so this next one, maybe I should have put this first. I guess this kind of goes with the consistency, but how are you doing in your health journey? I mean, that is number one, right? It doesn't mean we don't have hiccups. It doesn't mean we don't get off track, but we stay health focused. So what that means is we might have those times. We might have like a vacation. We might have a time home at Rockford, right? We might have the Rockford 20, but that doesn't mean we've completely lost all hope in our health and we're just like, forget it. We're going off the rails and going crazy. And if you're not doing that, then let's start there, because people are going to know. I got to know what Kate is laughing at now.
I'm sorry. Tammy's a bad dog. And so she just sent me second day on the diet. It's a chewed piece of soap. I'm sorry. Oh, I just hopped back on 5-1 because, post-surgery, I got this little weird thing going on and feel a little hangry. It's fine.
It's fine. Isn't the second day always the worst? Like for me, it's always the worst. It's like I have a headache, I'm grumpy, always the second day. Third day, I usually feel good, but it's usually the second day. So there you go. That would be one other foundation to keep. And then, guys, don't be afraid to reach out to your mentorship team. I know a lot of you aren't, which I love it, because some of the threads I'm in with you guys, I love seeing that. But remember, we don't all have this figured out. I mean, I know I don't. Dan and Meg are my coaches. Like, I got a lot to learn, right? I mean, I could probably like have them on the Zoom every single day all year, and by the end of the year, still not know, 20% of what they know. So reach out to those people that have done it before you, because they're going to they're going to have a couple extra things that maybe you haven't learned yet that they've gone through, but it's just a great place to bounce ideas off of, right? Because we can see something and like another team that's working really well for them. Maybe it just doesn't work for us. Maybe we're in a different demographic. Maybe we have a different sphere of influence, whatever it is. And we could go, oh yeah, they're blowing it up, I'm going to go do what they do. And it might not be what works for you. So always bounce that off of your mentorship team, because you just never know. And sometimes it might work great, but you just never know. And it's just having that conversation and having those people that are there have your back. Because I know this for me, like I got in this to help people. And when we go into like the coaching and mentorship side of things, like the whole purpose is always to help you grow, whoever that is. It's always to help you grow. And so stay consistent in that, plug into that, shoot them a message, let them know how you're feeling. That's the biggest thing with your mentorship, that you're not talking to them. They don't know that you need the help. They don't know where you're at. And so that was just like, guys, we're coming up on the hour. That was just a few things that were on my mind. I'm sure we could probably deep dive into a lot more of this, but really the consistency, rock your health, the conversations, I don't know how many times that's been trained on, but that is it. Like, that's the foundation. It's simple. Sometimes it's difficult because sometimes we have our own obstacles. It's not actually difficult, but it is, we have our own things to work through. We all come from different places. A lot of us have never done a business like this whatsoever, so we have a lot to learn. Some of us come in with a different sphere of influence. Some of us come in with 3,000 Facebook friends already. Some of us come in with 300. Like when I started this, I think I had like a little over 200, and Eileen had actually set my Facebook up for me because I probably would have never done it on my own. But once I realized how many more people we could reach with this, and I was like, oh, okay, let's start making some more friends. And so getting out there, connecting with new people, finding Facebook groups of people with similar interests that you can connect with, that's going to be huge, because your reach only will go so far. And if you're kind of running into the same people, seeing the same stuff, then it's probably time to find some new people. Because if the same people are seeing it and they have zero interest, it's probably going to be a while before they do. And when they do, they're going to know where to go. But until then, let's go find the people that are ready. All right, guys. Anybody have anything to add on there? Bye, Kate. If not, we'll go ahead and call it. Going once, go twice. Everybody have a great night. Oh, wait. Shayna.
I was slow to unmute. I want to say welcome, Julie. You don't have your camera on, but new coach today. Excited. Hooray, welcome.
Hooray, Julie.
Hey.
Thank you.
I think Sam popped. I think
Awesome.
Sam popped off too, but I wanted to welcome Michael. We just kicked him off tonight too.
Awesome,
Yeah,
Michael. Welcome. Oh, yeah, he popped up.
Oh,
Oh, no, I
there
see
she
his
is.
phone there. Yeah. Awesome. All right. I think that's it. We'll stop the recording.